Hi, welcome to Conversations with Ira and Gabe. So today we're going to be talking about what inspires an educator. And for us to start that conversation, we have a few things that we need to cover first. So one of the first thing is the current situation of education now. Now, what do you think?
Current situation of education is lacks quality. There's no quality control.
They say that Singapore's education is the best in the world, right? So what do you mean by
If education is defined as my ability to take a test, then okay, I guess we've done a pretty good job. But if education is defined as the foundation of what takes us for the rest of our lives, then I'm not very sure.
That's true. I think
Yeah.
I'm on the same page there because there's this thing where, like a lot of people say that you have to unlearn and relearn when you go into the working world. But why is there education then if we're not ready for that? I mean, I don't know.
I get what you're saying. I think one of the things I want to quote is I think about 3-4 days ago we were trying to solve a calculus problem for a Sec 3 kid, for a 9th grade kid, and it was all about constants and how they should write an equation in a particular way. So they give us a curve, which is a skate. I thought the question was very interesting, right? It is all about a skateboard park, and they put the curve out there, and then they say what is the velocity or where is the kinetic energy the highest or something like that. The question was fine, but they already gave us the equation. Now the kid who's reading that particular question doesn't know what the equation is about, and then after that they tell us what are the two constants, and then the kid doesn't know what these A and K represents. And then after that they say, can you use calculus to find the kinetic energy? And then everybody's looking blank. But having said that, but what the question says, can you solve it in this way? Everybody goes out and solves it exactly the way the question is crafted.
Because on the previous page, all the methods were there.
Yeah, the methods were given, and then the question says, oh, so I follow this method and do this. But is that the purpose of calculus? Basically, you tell me what to do. Or are you supposed to inspire me to think about there's a change in that is relevant to a change in this? Isn't that calculus? Right? So I think those are the things that we are talking about. For me personally, the quality control is not there. When I say that, is because it's like the textbooks are as boring as ever. Sometimes you don't even know what you're reading, and I think that we have come to a point whereby we can do without the textbooks. So there's no quality control there. Students are going to school, and if you ask a whole bunch of students, let's say 1,000 students, and you ask them, okay, honestly, nobody's looking at you, how many of you would prefer to quit school today? Which we have asked before, and I think it is about 90%, and I think the remainder 10% are just extra scared. And that is also a horrible figure, because you would want 90% to say, yes, I want to be in school. And a lot of times when you ask students, why do you go to school, their answer is friends. Right? So I think these are some of the indicators that education lacks quality. So the current situation is that, and then I think there's no pride in being an educator sometimes as well. I think we also kind of, even we are educators as well, and then we can see some of the way people describe educators. It's like, it's not exactly the noble profession that it used to be. It's more like, oh, you do this, is it? Or is it because you can't do something else?
I think that's sad.
And that's really sad, because some of us have dedicated our lives to this. And so these are all current situations, and the current situation is very messy. And as far as innovation is concerned, we are forcing our teachers to adopt technology. Whereas I think education should be the space where innovation begins, is what I feel, because this should be the starting point of everything. Whereas that's what's happening right now is we are forcing everybody to do this and do that and everything, trying to study.
And that part is like we're forcing them to innovate while still remaining in the old system.
And the cool word is hybrid, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense, because we're supposed to be moving forward. Now they are trying to use all these new things for something that's old. Then I don't think that works.
You take something old and boring, and then you try to techify that. Right? And besides, hybrid, once again, hybrid is actually not a bad word, but it's understood badly. It's understood badly. So hybrid model is the way you want to go, actually. But the thing is, people are understanding hybrid badly. We'll come to that. That is a whole video by itself. Today we are here to talk only about current situations, and the thing is, our clients, if you want to use business terminology, are the students. And if you ask for a verdict from the students, the verdict is quite clear, right? They are saying they don't like it, yeah, and it's not relevant, it's not useful. And some of the biggest businessmen in the world have already said that, have also said that, like, you know, you can skip college, or you can skip this, you can skip that, and you can still make it in the world. And a lot of employers are also saying, your degree is not important anymore.
Yeah, I think what it's not that they're not saying that school is useless. You know, it's just the emphasis on the grades and the degree, the paper itself. The overemphasis of that it makes everything else just, it drowns out all the other important stuff.
Yeah, it's not relevant anymore as well. School is amazing. I think, friends, you need that. The network is there as well. You learn a lot of things. But the current situation is not looking good. And we've got to do a lot towards making that experience, the 6 to 10 to 12 years, sometimes 18 years for some of them. You've got to make that experience better. And that's the real challenge. Everything else is, you just figure out how to piece it into this little puzzle over here. Don't make EdTech a puzzle. EdTech is not a puzzle. EdTech is just a piece.
It's a small piece.
It's a small piece, and then there's this puzzle called making education a better experience. That's what I think. What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. A lot of people focus on one piece of the puzzle, you know, and they make it such a big thing. I mean, grades is important. It's one piece of the puzzle, and people really need to focus on the big picture, you know. And I think, you know, I actually think that educators see that. They want to see the big picture. It's just that sometimes they just get stuck in a place where, you know, they can't do anything much.
So let's ask them a question. So you've heard from us. Your opinion may be different. So we're going to ask a question using our app called Let's Flip. Okay? And download the app and give us a response back, and we will interact through that as well. It's a beautiful question and answer app. And so the question for you would be, you'll see it in the app as well, but the question is, what do you think are the concerns of education today? Your opinion on this particular subject matter. Looking forward to hearing from you.